Hello, friends. Today's topic, the small decision that quietly changed an entire voyage. Why the greatest operational risk don't begin with storm, they begin with everyday choice. Chief, why is the plant maintenance still showing as postponed? The chief engineer looked up from his computer. Because we don't have time. Those five words sounded reasonable. The vessel was loading on schedule. The charterers wanted an early departure. The weather window was closing. Emails kept arriving from shores. Everyone agreed. We will do it at the next port. No argument, no warning, just one small decision. Nobody knew that decision had already started changing the voyage. For the first few days, everything looked normal. The vessel maintained speed. Cargo operation had gone smoothly. The master was satisfied. Operator was happy. Charterers received their daily noon reports. Everything appeared under control. But operational excellence doesn't disappear overnight. It disappears quietly. One toolbox meeting becomes shorter than usual. A position check was delayed because another urgent email arrived. A maintenance task become tomorrow's priority. Crew rest hours become flexible. Communication between ship and shore slowly became reactive instead of proactive. Each decision seemed harmless. None of them caused an incident, but together they slowed changed the culture on board. Weeks later, during a routine inspection, several deficiencies were identified. Nothing major, nothing dangerous, just small observations. Incomplete maintenance records, delayed preventive maintenance, minor housekeeping issues, a few documentation inconsistencies. The vessel still passed, but the atmosphere on board had changed. The crew had become comfortable, accepting good enough. And that's where every experienced master become concerned. Because operational failure rarely begin with dramatic mistakes. They begin with small compromises, repeated so often that they become normal. Years ago, a senior master told me something I have never forgotten. He said, a ship doesn't suddenly drift off course because of one giant wave. It drift because nobody noticed the small changes. That sentence has nothing to do with navigation alone. It describes career, leadership, business, and life itself. Think about it. Nobody decides to become an average officer. Nobody decides to ignore safety. Nobody decides to stop learning. Nobody decides to damage their reputations. It happens gradually. One shortcut, one checklist skipped, one difficult conversation avoided, one report approved without proper review, one decision made because saying no felt uncomfortable. Small choices, big consequences. Today, shipping moves faster than ever. Before breakfast, an operation executive may already have messages from Singapore, Rotterdam, Dubai, Shanghai, and New York. A master balances weather routing, cargo operation, commercial instructions, PSC preparation, crew welfare, machinery alarm, all before lunch. Everything felt urgent. Everything demands attention. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Urgent is not always important. And this is where exceptional maritime professionals quietly separate themselves from everyone else. They don't try to do everything, they decide what deserves their attention. Shipping has always taught us one lesson better than almost any profession. Before calculating speed, confirm the destination. Before discussing fuel consumption, confirm the route. Before talking about ETA, confirm you are sailing toward the correct port. Life works exactly the same way. Many professionals optimize productivity before deciding what truly matter. They chase promotions before defining success. They feel every hours of the day without asking whether those hours are creating value. Being busy feels productive, but movement without direction only creates exhaustion. One exercise changed my thinking forever. Instead of reviewing my intentions, I reviewed my calendar. It told me the truth. I said continuous learning mattered. But how many hours had I spent reading? I said health was important. How many mornings had I exercised? I said family came first. Who actually received the best hours of my day? The calendar never lies. Your schedule is your priorities made visible, not your words, not your plans, your actions. So, before your next voyage, before your next cargo operation, before your operations meeting, pause for just 1 minute. Ask yourself three questions. What truly deserves my attention today? What small compromise am I accepting because it's convenient? What one better decision can I make before this day ends? Maybe it's reviewing a cargo plan one more time. Maybe it's insisting on proper rest hours. Maybe it's making one proactive phone call instead of waiting for the problem to grow. Maybe it's saying no to something that steals attention from what's really matter. Operational excellence is never built in one extraordinary moment. It builds through hundreds of ordinary decisions made consistently. As maritime professionals, we often measure success by speed, fast loading, fast turnaround, fast voyages, fast decision. But the sea has always rewarded something even more important direction. Because a ship sailing quickly toward the wrong destination is still lost, and a successful career built on someone else's priority eventually feels empty. Ships don't remember how busy they were, they are remembered for reaching the right port safely. Our career are no different. At the end of every voyage, every promotion, every career, people won't remember how many emails you answered. They will remember the decision you made when it mattered the most. Because in shipping, the most dangerous drift isn't at sea. It's the moment your daily decisions slowly drift away from your values. Stay on course. Thank you.